am Jenna Bosonko, and this is QTV Midday News coming to you live from our studios along Kairaba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. In collaboration with the National Democratic Institute, together with Interparty Committee and UNDP, on Saturday launched the Women's Branch of the Interparty Committee. The Minister of Interior has presided over the inauguration of a digital police system to collect and digitalize police data and share information electronically between law enforcement agencies internationally and nationally. And also to conclude our series on teachers to commemorate World Teachers Day, our correspondent in Jarosoma spoke to various people about the important role of teachers. And in sports news, the Maiden QCell Youth Cup reached an epic climax with two finals which saw exciting play and lots of goals scored. Those were the main headlines, and now the news in detail. Do stay with us. Thank you for joining us. This is QTV Midday News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, in collaboration, the National Democratic Institute, together with the Interparty Committee and UNDP, on Saturday launched the Women's Branch of the Interparty Committee. As Aliu Sisa reports, the branch will serve as a national platform to seek solutions to diverse issues affecting women, including the low representation in governance institutions.
The establishment of the Women's Branch is part of the Inter-Party Committee's agenda to promote inclusion, especially the political participation of women at the national and local levels. The branch will further support peaceful political engagements during electoral cycles, undertake outreach sessions to raise awareness of women's rights and responsibilities, serve as a springboard to influence party policies and leadership selection, and monitor the implementation of political parties' gender policies, among other objectives. Musa Amul-Nyasi, co-chairperson of the Inter-Party Committee, sees the launch as an historic event in the country's political history. The Inter-Party Committee recommended the establishment of the Women's Branch. He is hopeful that with the creation of the body and through its activities, there should be at least 30% women's representation in the National Assembly and local government. Currently, women's representation in governance structures is low, with only 4 female parliamentarians and 4 cabinet ministers. Despite some of the achievements, Nyasi shares some of the challenges and limitations of the IPC, which currently depends solely on donor funding for its operations.
Yeah, key among the challenges is looking at the office space we occupy right now. Is being funded by the UNDP for 2 years, and the rent will expire by the 15th of April 2022. So should we not have somebody coming to bail us out of that situation, it will seriously derail our activities, because there is need for us to be permanently structured where we are. From experience, when we were asked to leave the first office premises that we were occupying, it has affected a lot of our operations.
The Women's Branch comprises 2 permanent representatives of registered political parties. In addition, all parties will have an alternative representative who must be a disabled person. Raymond Esibagbon, NDI's resident country director in the Gambia, saluted the IPC for conceiving the idea to create the Women's Branch, which was preceded by that of the Youth Branch earlier this year. He said it demonstrates the importance of youth and women in our democracy.
We are also very passionate about inclusion, about the role of different groups, different electoral stakeholders, the need to get everyone on board in the political process. And gender is a very key component of the work that we do globally.
Nana Chimbua, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative, describes the launch as a giant step towards achieving inclusive politics. She recognizes women's leadership and equal participation as a matter of human rights, which are key pillars of democracy and lasting peace and development.
It comes at a time when we are accelerating the implementation of the SDGs, but also at a moment when the country, the Gambia, is moving closer to the December 2021 presidential elections and the April 2022 parliamentary elections.
Deputizing for Minister Fatou Kinte Ndeye Marie Njai, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, gave assurances of her ministry's support to the women's branch.
The government of the Gambia has, through its policies and actions, demonstrated its commitment to work towards the reduction of gender inequalities and promotion of gender equity and equality in all areas.
Women make up 56.6% of registered voters for the upcoming election, hence the need to include them in the policy-making process and political leadership. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Aliou Cisse there on the launch of the women's branch of the Inter-Party Committee. Now, the Minister of Interior has presided over the inauguration of the West Africa Police Information System. The digital police system digitalize police data and share information electronically between law enforcement agencies nationally and internationally. Babakar has the rest of that story.
The Interior Minister Yankuba Sonko formally inaugurated the West Africa Police Information System WAPIS Center in the Gambia. The system is designed to strengthen the capacity of law enforcement agencies across the ECOWAS region by collecting, analyzing and sharing information. The main objective, according to the Interior Minister, is to tackle transnational organized crime and terrorism in West African sub-region.
The main objective of the WAPIS program is to increase the capacity of West African law enforcement authorities to combat transnational crime, terrorism, and other menaces through enhanced information sharing. Cognizant of this important project in enhancing regional peace and security, the government of the Gambia, through my ministry, adopted the project and signed an MOU in 2019, leading to the establishment of the Data Collection and Registration Center, which we are now inaugurating today. The government of Gambia, through my ministry, has rendered its full support and commitment towards the full implementation of this project right from the onset.
The program is supported by the European Union, and speaking on behalf of the EU, its ambassador, Corrado Pampoloni, said the initiative is a great move in promoting information sharing across the sub-region.
I wish to express gratitude to the Gambian authorities who have shown excellent arrangement towards the successful implementation of WAPIS program. We encourage local authorities to take a stand and ensure that this program receives the necessary attention. The WAPIS database can truly help to improve the security situation in the Gambia and should be a priority of the national security strategy. We would like to encourage the authorities to take steps to ensure that personnel trained to use WAPIS remain in post for at least 3 years, make the use of WAPIS mandatory so that it is quickly adopted nationwide, allocate a budget heading for running the DACOR and the WAPIS system by the start of 2022 at the latest. And finally, implement a communication plan in order to cultivate the national buy-in and sustainability of the system.
Meanwhile, the Gambia has been identified as the WAPIS regional office for the system, which will be supported by the European Union and implemented by Interpol. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
Now, teachers play a crucial role in nation building. They not only impart knowledge, but help in character building of students. They are the frontliners of the education sector. As we celebrate World Teachers Day on the 5th of October, our regional reporter, Bakari Balde, spoke to people about the significant role that teachers play.
Teaching is a noble profession. Teachers do not only guide students in academic, curricular or extracurricular activities. They can also help to save the lives of children to become responsible and productive adults. Usman Jaju, the principal of Somo Upper and Senior Secondary School, tells us about the important role teachers play.
As a teacher, we achieve a lot of tremendous achievements in the academic arenas, like it is a day of remembrance of our fellow teachers who passed away, and also the achievements we made, like teaching students which you know that they are even above you yourself as a teacher. You've seen them at higher cadres, some are doctors now, some are graduates, some are high diploma, some are diplomats, which is a tremendous achievement to us today.
Sanabas, who teaches business management and SES, stated that the good work teachers do cannot be overemphasized. He urged his fellow teachers to continue working hard to achieve befitting grades.
Teaching is a noble profession, and one will always be proud as a teacher because of what? The fruit of your labor. That is, those students will always be good products tomorrow. The advice to the teachers in general is to continue their hard work. Their efforts will always be realized because we are the nation builders.
Alaji Kaur, the manager at Soma Girls Guide Skills Training Center, outlines the benefits of teachers. He says there cannot be meaningful development without teachers.
The benefit of a teacher, because teacher inculcates knowledge in our young ones. And without teachers, meaning our young ones are still vulnerable, because the knowledge and skills that they impact in them, those make them to become liability, those make them to be quite important in our society and by extension to their homes. Teachers play a very significant role in our society and our nation at large. Without teachers, there will be no meaningful development, or no government cannot attain any significant development without teachers playing a very key role.
Jeneba Jallo, a parent, and Maud Lamin Ba, the head boy of Soma Upper and Senior Secondary School, both complimented teachers for their tireless effort.
So teacher la role asiya baba tal mota be banafal. Ni koy ba be fal. Ita banafal.
Teachers play many roles in schools. We can't name all. As a parent, I'm very happy with their contributions in schools and society in general. They are contributing a lot towards the development of our children.
I would like to thank my teachers we have in here, as they are second parents to us. They do serve us all over in and out of the class, as they serve as second parents to us.
To recognize the overwhelming sacrifice and responsibilities of teachers around the world, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, UNESCO, declared 5th October as World Teachers Day, to be celebrated annually across the globe. This year's theme, Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery, is particularly significant as the world tries to return to normality after the coronavirus pandemic interrupted everything, including face-to-face teaching. Reporting for QTV News, I am Bakar Balde.
We are still celebrating International Day of Teachers here. Now we will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we have more stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV Midday News, and I am Jennifer Sonko. Now, as we get towards the end of the rainy season, farmers have started harvesting maize farms. Some are seeing a bumper harvest due to the plentiful rain during this year's rainy season. Here is our correspondent, Dawn Williams, on the story.
In some parts of the world, people are suffering from droughts, floods, and raging fires that have destroyed properties, gardens, and farms. However, despite two severe windstorms that caused massive destructions, the Gambia enjoyed abundant rain. Women maize vendors explain some of the issues they encountered. Kani Ture, a retail seller, explains.
We have many challenges. We do not have any stalls or space where we can sell our produce. Anywhere we go, they send us away. They keep telling us we can't sell our produce here. If they can help us with a space, we will be more than grateful. This is what we depend on to feed our families.
Fatu Tambedu, another maize seller, tells us why she sells maize and what is involved in the buying and selling of the crop.
We struggle to get the maize. When we come here every morning to buy maize, we face a lot of difficulties. It is always expensive, and sometimes men would come and buy everything from the main suppliers. And for us women struggling to make ends meet, we find it very difficult. We really need help. When you buy the maize at a very expensive price, and from the little you earn, you are also forced to pay duties. We really need help.
Mariam Assise, a resident of Farafeni, Mauritania, and is a student of Gin Joro Vocational Center, tells the story of how she got into maize selling and the profit she makes.
I started last year. I like buying and selling food stuff, and that is why I started this business. Imagine buying a pound of maize at $500 and selling it for $350. Sometimes you are only able to make $250 after buying it for $500. This is very sad. We do not have any problem here, because when we would normally wait until in the evening. If you make any profits, then we give them. Otherwise, they just leave. I was learning hairdressing at Gainjoro School. We have finished the course.
Fatou Jame, who lives in Kubandar, had a different story.
We are in this business to earn a living, but sometimes you would buy maize, let's say the entire garden sometimes. They will give you the immature ones. And to add to our problems, duty officers will come for collection even if you don't have anything. You still have to give them. So we are pleading with government to give us space at the market. The prices of food commodities are also very high. We will appreciate if they come to our aid.
Maize is an essential food as it contributes to the health of one's teeth. Almost every home eats either boiled or roasted maize. Reporting for QTV News from Farafeni, I am Don Williams.
Now let's take a look at what is happening in the world of sports. The maiden QCell Youth Cup reached an epic climax with two finals. In the first, Medina United defeated Q City in the under-15 category 3-2, while the under-18 category Q City emerged champions with 2-0 victory over Golden Youth Football Academy. Our sports reporter Mamudu Gajaga has been monitoring, and he files in this report.
Goals galore final in the under-15 category of the QCell Youth Cup between Q City and Medina United. The visitors, Medina United, took the lead in the 7th minute through Fodering Konate's superb free kick. Idrissa Barrow equalized for Q City with a long-range shot. Medina United took the lead for the second time when Alaji Nyang's shot was deflected into the net in the 16th minute. Back came Q City as Idrissa Barrow levelled for his side in the 22nd minute to make it 2-2, which is how it stayed at the break. Medina United got the winner in the 59th minute after Fodering Konate's low shot on the right beat the keeper for his second goal of the game, making it 3-2, the final score. Friday's final featured Q City's under-18 side and Golden Youth Football Academy, producing spectacular performances from both teams. Q City's passing style paid off in the 12th minute. Malanding Bojang's cross was nicked into the net by Sheikh Jao. Malanding Bojang went on to score a second for Q City. Golden Youth came close on several occasions. They even had a shot that crossed the line, but to their dismay, it wasn't given by the referee. There were no further goals, and Q City won 2-0. Several prizes were given to the deserving awardees, ranging from most disciplined team, best player, leading goal scorer, amongst others. Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, says he is pleased with the tournament and advised the players to take their football and education seriously.
Tournament B is a yearly tournament. It's not only this year. Next year, dinañ ama the same tournament, but ñu ngi yaakaar ne next year, instead of 8 teams, 8 academies, maybe dinañ am up to 12 or 16 academies.
This is going to be an annual tournament. We've opened our doors as a company to do our part in the country's development. The final was attended by dignitaries including William Abraham, president of Real de Banjul Football Club, Tijan Jete Gambia Football Ambassador, Pasware Fai, Vicente Gomez, Matar Mboj, and several others.
impress na trop bu baax a baax si xale yi nga xam ne ñoo nekk Q City ak beneen team bi especially xale yi Q City man since buñ nekkee xale bu ndaw gis naa leen maa ngi wax ne sax Mohamed ma ne ko lii da nga ko di def every year because level yi xale yi is getting more higher.
I'm very impressed about the level. This is very important in our football that we can have this kind of tournaments. It means it will also help the coaches of the under-17, the under-20 to recruit from such tournaments. Very, very good.
The QCell Youth Cup is the maiden structured organized football academy tournament televised in the Gambia. The competition provides both good football and exciting goals with great ambience from chanting fans. Momodu Gajaga, QTV News.
Congratulations to champions Medina United as well as Q City. Now, before we go, let's recap our main headlines. In collaboration with the National Democratic Institute, together with the Inter-Party Committee and UNDP, on Saturday launched the Women's Branch of the Inter-Party Committee. The Minister of Interior has presided over the inauguration of a digital police system to collect and digitalize police data and share information electronically between law enforcement agencies nationally and internationally. To conclude our series on teachers to commemorate World Teachers Day, our correspondent in Jara Soma spoke to various people about the important role that teachers play. And in sports, the maiden QCell Youth Cup reached an epic climax with 2 finals which saw exciting play and lots of goals scored. Well, that is all we have for you in this edition of QTV Midday News. Join me at 8 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.